have come out really strong in those series, and I feel like it's going to carry on to this series where those picks are going to be priority.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that both these teams did watch those games because they were great matches and to just see the different styles of plays. And I'm sure the teams from the last series are going to be watching this series because whoever wins this game will be going up against them in the finals, and whoever loses will be going against the counterpart there for third place. And you definitely want to get third place because you don't want to come all this way for absolutely nothing.
Yeah, definitely. I think both teams here probably have done their homework, and they're gonna ban some respect bans. Maybe they'll like to switch it up and show us something new. I really hope to see a Grom. I feel like he's extremely strong, and he has been passing through these drafts. But maybe both teams not having too much experience playing with a Grom within their team comp. So, uh, but I'd be really excited if a Grom was picked up this series.
You're really preaching for a Grom in this last couple of
Definitely.
series, but
I feel like he's just overall a great hero, and you can do more than just find picks with him. You can actually pull Dragon out of the pit and get a nice steal. And I don't know. I just really find that hero can make interesting games.
definitely, and we actually are getting to the draft here, folks. So we are going to see what these first bans will be for both God and Galaxy. We're going to be looking into this draft, and Vince is actually first ban there, and Aiden alongside that as well.
Yeah, both these AD carries definitely doing some work within the meta right now. Aiden being a top pick as well as Vince. But we saw Freya actually do quite a bit of work, even though she got nerfed. I think the changes were actually pretty good to her. Not overly doing too much damage, but she still has a very big presence within the game.
Yeah, she's still viable and didn't just nerf her complete to the ground where she's unplayable, which is always a good nerf, right? You never want to nerf someone out of the game, but you never want to buff someone that's too strong. And they actually do first pick Freya for Sins and Wolfram, Ezrath, and Poseidon all being banned out. So they do have that Wukong up if one of the teams do want to go for it. Helio does pick up the Apollo, who I'm pretty sure we saw him play it yesterday as well as Apollo. Definitely showing that he's a very strong hero in this meta.
Yeah, Apollo just so versatile. He provides that single target CC. He has that shield, so he's able to dive in. He has those slides, which can get him in and out of fights to just make plays. I think overall, just a very versatile and great pick.
Yep, they do pick up the Mikio here and Guan Yu on the side of Galaxy, so already pulling out a lot of damage with that Frail and Mikio pick, and we're gonna see here with what God will counter pick, and I'd
They
like to
actually
see
picked up a
him go in
Minerva there.
Aries
They
on the
picked up a Minerva.
on the side of God.
Yeah, and we've seen Minerva yesterday
Oh,
played,
I
I
don't think
think,
they
on
did.
WRX. Well, we saw it played on WRX, but not not doing too hot. Actually, not landing any arrows. So I'm
And they
pretty
pick up
psyched to
Blue
see.
Boo. Yeah, yeah, that's right. They didn't do too hot. That was a disaster of a game, but hopefully, God, watch
Hopefully,
that
God could
game.
just show us. It
Yeah,
can just
show
show
us.
us that Minerva is actually viable.
Definitely, and I feel like she is. She has a lot to offer, but I don't know. I feel like I would have liked the Ares pick over the Lu Bu here, because Ares is still open in this draft, and I do believe he's a very strong pick. But both these heroes, I guess, underrating him, and they do end up picking up Una and Arborist, and it's very surprising to see Una go this far in the draft without being picked.
Yeah, definitely. And Nosferatu is pretty interesting. I'm really excited to see him this game. We haven't seen too much of him in any of the tournaments. I think he's played probably twice within all regions. So pretty excited to see Nosferatu here. And they do pick up Bruce Lee for their last pick.
Yep, so this is game one of this best of three series between Galaxy and God. So say chat who you think is gonna win. Maybe it's based on the draft, maybe it's who you like, who you're a fan of, but give your opinion out in the chat. I'm sure no one will care too much, and don't be BM to each other. It's all good and fun. This is competition. I'm looking forward to this game, that's for sure.
So which lineup do you think or which draft do you think is a little bit
Welcome.
better than the other, or
Heroes evolve.
maybe its strengths or
Troops
weaknesses?
deploy in 5 seconds.
Looking at these drafts, I
Deployed.
the thing that I notice about God's draft is they're very, very hard to kill. Helio and Apollo has that shield. Bruce Lee can just jump around. Same with Lu Bu. Bruce Lee also has that shield as well. Nosferatu can steal life. He's looking for blood. You know, all that type of stuff. So I do believe God's lineup is very strong in their own right because of that. Of that factor of very hard to kill. And I don't know. I think I'm going to give the hands up to God here.
I think both drafts are really strong, but I do agree with you. God's lineup is very. They have a lot of mobility. They're able to get around the map really fast, and they have good pick potential as well. Especially with the Minerva arrow, if she can actually land that, it's pretty much a kill from every time she lands it.
Yeah, it's very true, and they have a lot of CC as well with this Apollo, Lu Bu, Minerva, and Bruce Lee all able to CC a lot, so very good. And they actually see Zeus going aggressive here in the mid lane, and Nosferatu, we've talked about him previously in a couple of other tournaments. He's just so strong in the mid lane because he can wave clear and out trade you at any given moment.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely one of those heroes that you certainly want to be very aggressive with and trade, because having that lifesteal ability, you know, you're lifestealing from the other person, you're doing some damage against them, and you heal that right back up. So definitely want to play aggressive on him, and Zeus is pretty much doing a good job of that right now.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually really like, I don't know if God actually meant to do this, but I really like just the, oh, they're actually going to go in the bottom lane here. Sorry, pardon me, but Helio is going to jump in. Good shields there from both Morris and Helio. And this is what I mean. The heroes on the side of God are just all very, very hard to kill. They might not be the strongest in terms of doing damage, but heroes such as Bruce Lee, Apollo, Lu Bu, and Nosferatu, they're just so hard to kill because they have those lifesteals, they have those shields.
Luna in the mid lane.
Bruce Lee almost getting the kill. They're actually going to be a huge fight here. Arborist does jump in. Apollo hard to kill. Thor trying to get away here. Might be the first blood. Not able to get damage on Thor. They actually do drop Thor. Dropping onto Helio as well now too. Helio does drop. Good ulti there from Una as well. Getting 2 kills onto the side of Galaxy.
Yeah, and that's a double kill in the way of Galaxy there. And Dragon is spawning within the next 10 seconds. Una did drop her ult though, so she won't have that for that Dragon fight if they do decide to contest it.
Yeah, very true. Lots of damage here from Galaxy. They have that Freya, they have that Mikio. Arborist can output a lot of damage with his ultimate as well, so good amounts of damage from Galaxy.
Yeah, Galaxy actually gonna invade that buff there. Mikio picking up a defense buff.
Yeah, Dragon is up. Both teams don't seem like they're too aware. Maybe forgot that it's up, but no one has gone to get it yet.
I think Galaxy, they might just be waiting a bit for their ults to come back on cooldown. And Gods, because they lost that fight, they might be a little bit hesitant to try and start it now.
I feel like they should contest this though. If they don't, they're going to fall behind a lot further. They're actually going to jump onto Helio. Who I
Una
think
actually has her ult. She dropped it in the pit. It's really low, but God, they're going to try and contest it. It's really low. Who's going to get the kill? Lubu actually gets it. Miko going to drop the ult in the pit though. Bruce Lee is actually really far deep there. Arbor's going to chain up with the stun. Really good plays here. Can they find the kill onto Bruce Lee?
He actually does run. This is what I was talking about. Good kickback onto Blurry. Blurry now getting gone on by Helio. Good kill onto Blurry. They're trying to initiate back on to the Nosferatu, who ends up dying. Helio now the next person in there gonna die. And Bruce Lee does use his Kung Fu kick and jumps all the way back. But 4 kills going towards Galaxy.
That's a disaster for Gods there. They lost a big fight. 4 for 1, I think.
Yeah.
And Galaxy, they're actually going to take or start putting so much damage on this
like
mid tower.
from Bruce Lee. Good kick from Bob.
Oh!
Good damage does get the kill. Good ulti from Una. Well played there by Bruce.
Such an action-packed early game here.
Yeah,
almost securing that tower, but Bruce Lee doing a great job of defending it. It does cost us life, but he does find the trade kill.
No, they might actually get a kill here onto Ra, who gets destroyed by Mikio and Guan Yu. Bad play there from the Minerva. I don't know what she was thinking, just running in there. She had wards up.
So sloppy.
Yeah, very sloppy. They had wards up there, and she goes in, and she knows there's 2 people there, and she still goes in. Maybe thinking Apollo was closer behind than he originally was, and actually ended getting her life killed there.
Galaxy really putting the pressure. They know that they have the advantage in gold and item builds as well. They are going to put this pressure onto the bot lane. Freya is attacking that tower and doing some great damage onto Helio here.
Yeah, tower will fall with this next creep wave unless they do look for a fight. Minerva does have her ult. If she can land it, they can initiate here. I still have yet to see her actually use it aggressively. In the top lane, Lubu did get a solo kill. Didn't even realize that onto the
Yeah,
Mikio.
it is a 4v3 here. It
good.
looks like Gods are actually going to go in. Bruce Lee, he
Yeah,
lands the kick right onto Una, but he is diving on the tower. Apollo as well. He slides in. Guan Yu doing so much damage with the spin there, but he's in a lot of trouble. He does fall, and Arborist, he's in the center there. He does pop his ult, doing good AoE damage, but he actually does fall, and that's a good fight.
4 for 1, or not 4 for 1, sorry, 3 for 1, and Lubu gonna actually dive onto Sins. Sins getting caught out, and Minerva does follow up with him. Good kills there. They know it's a 4v5 fight. Thor instantly TP's bottom on that Lubu, and actually takes a fight of a 5v4, and they do end up killing all 5 of them. Ultimately,
We're gonna
at the end
start
of that
Zakar.
fight. Ooh, this could
It's
be
5 minutes
bad.
in the game. They're starting Zakar.
Yeah, this could be bad for them. They have no idea though. If they do get this, this is really good. They're gonna give up the tower for Zakar, and I think it's worth it. Good play there from God, stepping up in, and Bruce Lee actually gonna jump in. Wow, misses it. Do like the scream though. Do like the scream, and they do actually. They don't even steal that buff. Sins actually gets it with her spear.
Oh, but the creeps actually secure the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. And the gold pretty even.
Yeah, just
God.
4K, but this Zakar buff, it increased to 4K. It was really close before, but they actually did take the mid tower and the bottom tower during that that time God was getting the Zakar buff. But I think it's okay for them to get the Zakar buff, but they need to take a fight with it, or they're not gonna, you know, get as much as they wanted from the Zakar buff. But gold lead only roughly 3K, so.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not that 9-minute mark yet, so this Zakar buff is actually just a buff by itself. It's not actually going to buff the creeps on
Yeah.
the map.
And I actually think,
but-
sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Alright, I actually think Thor came out huge in that last engagement, making plays for his team. He gets a solo kill on the Mikio top with the attack buff and makes the call, I think, for them to fight bottom. TP's in bottom, and actually they get a quadra on the bottom as well, so huge play there from Thor.
Yeah, definitely. And Dragon actually going into the way
Galaxy.
of Galaxy there.
Yeah, Freya takes it. It's weird, right? Sometimes it shows up as red, but really blue took it.
Yeah. That's why I was just really trying to make sure that I knew who took it there for a second. It did pop up as red, so.
Mikio split
God.
pushing top right now. TP from Minerva and Guan Yu TPing as well. Actually cancels his TP. Minerva trying to just
God looking to
this
pinch
tower.
top. Yeah, they're going to try and pinch top.
Yeah, no vision for Mikio, but great awareness of him knowing that they're there.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, he actually did have a ward. My apologies.
Oh, and he had one in the mid lane as well. I think he saw them all rotate through mid lane.
Yeah.
Guan Yu kind of caught out there. He's got to back up.
Yeah, no Igneo was played onto the Minerva as first item. She actually goes for that movement speed and more attack speed type item, as well as it gives her slow, an extra slow.
Yeah, and both teams just farming up a little bit here, trying to get their items finished. And this Zakar buff, kind of a little bit of a waste. I feel like they didn't really put it to good use here.
Yeah, they definitely didn't, but yeah, they definitely should have used it. I was gonna suggest that they possibly got in a tower or something from, but they haven't even gotten in a tower. They kind of just got the Zakar. Yes, they got the Zakar gold, but the buff really needed them to. I think they still have it, but it's about to run out soon.
Yeah, it just ran out actually as we speak.
Yeah. I think they were trying to look for stuff, but Galaxy did do a great job of just avoiding those ganks. You saw Mikio realize all of them rotating, so I think Galaxy was just playing very smart, knowing that they had Zakar buff.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like they're going to try and make a play on this top lane, but there is a really good ward in that river, and Minerva spots out that all of them are rotating in the top lane, and she's easily going to back off here. But it looks like Galaxy, they're going to go for this tower. Guan Yu jumps over the wall,
Bruce Lee
secures
trying to
that
take
tower
this
very
bottom,
easily.
trying to split push here. Not actually able to. As a TP actually does get cancelled. He should be going for this bottom tower, but he isn't. He doesn't realize that it gets cancelled. Now he's going to start heading back. That could be a little misplay from him. He will have the potential to take this if he wants. He will start taking it, and this is a good play by Moors.
Yeah, definitely. And Galaxy actually reads that he's staying in the bot lane, and they're going to make a play here onto tier 2. They're hitting the tower, and it looks like a big fight is going to happen here. Will God defend their tower? And it looks like Lubu, he does initiate, but he's in a lot of trouble. Una drops the ult as well. They got to disengage.
Yeah, Freya doing so much damage to that tower. Tower already so low. Trying to engage onto this tower. Good damage. Morris goes in, gets stunned. Good stun by Guanyu. Helio dropping low. Mikio drops his ult. Thor on that backline. Trying to do damage to Una. Not able. Helio still so low. And by Julio, I mean Helio. Morris trying to get out of there, but it's 3 kills going in the favor of Galaxy. Not looking good for God.
Yeah, Galaxy just applying so much pressure. They saw that Bruce was in the bot lane, so they instantly forced some pressure onto the tier 2 mid. I think that was the exact play they needed to do, and now they got 3 kills off that, and they're going to rotate now to the bot lane and kill this tier 2 as well, just increasing their loot a little bit. And Apollo actually getting caught out here. A little bit of a misplay. He just ran into the enemy team.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay there from Helio. We definitely need some help from the gods because right now they're definitely not looking too hot. They gotta start praying to those gods because right now they're not looking like the gods themselves.
Maybe maybe a little bit tilted there. I'm not sure what he was doing. Kind of just running into the enemy team like that, but great job to Galaxy here. They're gonna rotate the dragon and secure that as well.
Yep, that's 5 towers now informs Galaxy, so racking up this gold lead, 15k now. Not anything too crazy. Definitely racking up this gold lead. The bigger the gold lead becomes, the harder it is going to be for God to win these fights.
Definitely, and Helio actually going to get caught out again. Guanyu going to jump on, and there's a snare from Arborist, and nice little kill there.
Helio, come on!
Getting caught out over and over again, and Bruce Lee's going to try and split push because he knows that Galaxy is making some pressure into the mid lane, but he's got to be careful.
Yeah, actually just start TPing. He's doing good pressure though. He's making the team from Galaxy actually have to chase him, so he's doing a great job I think right now. But they are gonna take Sakar for free here, which is gonna be good.
Yeah, they're gonna have the mega creep buff, and they're gonna be able to siege these base turrets now.
Yeah, definitely they're gonna be able to siege these creeps as well. Gonna help out a lot as they do so much damage.
And they might actually look to push high ground here.
I feel like it's their best bet. They're really far ahead here. It's never good to wait too long because the longer the game goes, the less the goal difference actually matters. They are going to initiate onto Thor, doing some good damage. They actually do go in huge ultimate there from Arborist onto all 4 of them. Bruce Lee in the midst of it all does end up dying as well. Good ulti there from Una. And by ulti I mean stun, who hits onto both of them, and they are going to dive onto Thor, who does heal up. 2 for 4 right now. I feel like he won't be able to, but they are just gonna take these other towers. I like this from Galaxy, doing a smart move of taking an extra tower just in case. Thor is gonna try to go in there, has to try and defend this. Doesn't look like he's going to, and the gods will be deleted. The gods go down in game 1 to Team Galaxy.
And yes, the gods have fallen. Galaxy just looking so strong that game. Gods just kind of falling apart in that mid to late game, getting caught out way too much. I felt like they had the advantage in the early game, being super aggressive, taking that first Zakar and just winning those fights, but then just falling apart in the mid game.
Yeah, getting caught out a little too much there. Helio definitely not doing what he needed to be doing on that Apollo as that tank. He just died too much and was alone too much, not offering enough presence in those fights because he was usually alone and just dying. So well played to Galaxy though, as they do take this game 1. Looking at the hero damage stats, we see Sins doing 27,000 damage here, putting so much damage on that Freya and showing that this hero is still viable, going 10-2-8.
Yeah, definitely doing some work on that Freya. I think they actually first picked it in the draft too, so feeling very comfortable on the Freya still. Sin's really impressing me on that Freya, and Yeah, Helio just getting caught out a little bit too much there, going 0-5. Um, and Gods just, I felt like they had the upper hand in the early game, but just falling apart in the mid game. Galaxy just working really, really well together. And yeah, Galaxy really impressed me this game.
Yeah, definitely played really well here from Galaxy,
I
and
really like the two Frozen Scepter pickups from Galaxy as well, from the Arborist, giving Arborist a little bit more CC so he can chain it up after he does a single target route. He can actually Frozen Scepter the target in place for his team to follow up. So I really, really like that item build coming out from him.
yeah, I agree. He did a great job that game, actually landing some big ultis as well, like 3 or 4 man ultimates. Uh, Definitely playing a huge factor for his team. But with that being said, guys, we will be going to a short break here. Everything's running very smoothly, so I wouldn't be surprised if the next game will be in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So stick around, guys. Some codes will be given out. We'll be back shortly.